some friend. But Wagner liked Bayreuth, conveniently situated at the heart of his royal patron's Bavarian kingdom. So, if the perfect theatre didn't already exist here, why not build one instead?
These are the original plans for the Festspielhaus, yes, which are constructed by Otto Brückwald.
And someone's written here...
Yeah, that's very nice. You see,
Ornamenta Fort.
Yes.
Is that Wagner's hand?
Yes, this is original Wagner's hand. He got the plans from the architect, and you can see he had the idea to make some ornaments. And
typical late 19th century kind of...
Yes,
yeah,
and Wagner wrote the Ornamenta Fort.
Yeah.
Away with the ornaments, yes.
Some of the cash came from Ludwig, the rest from private donations. And the city of Bayreuth gifted him the green hill to build on. But there was another grand design for Wagner to complete before the festival could happen. The final installment of his 4-opera ring cycle.
Just will open it.
It's been rebound, I can see.
It is rebound,
silk,
yes. Yeah? But it's not a facsimile, actually.
It's the real thing.
Better than
so there it is, he just takes it and writes it across. It's quite simple.
To remind what he's writing in. And this is the very famous beginning of the prelude of the Norns.
He writes in all the how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. All these horns and the first violins, the second violins, and
it's written very clearly.
It's a beautiful hand.
Very, very beautiful hand.
So clear. You can't make a single mistake here, can you? Wow.
You slightly could conduct from the score.
Yeah, I couldn't, but someone with musical talent could. I'm sure some people will think it's preposterous to get so excited about bits of paper and black notes on lines, but I see and hear worlds come out of these pages. Dum, dum. Dum, dum. Whole worlds, great worlds that have influenced me and moved me and done things to me that no other art has.
And here, under the last notes, he writes,
finished
in Warnfried, on 21st of November, I'll say no more.
That's fantastic, with a little exclamation mark.
It was more than 20 years since Wagner, penniless and in exile, had first conceived of his masterwork. Now, at last, the mountain was scaled and the ring cycle completed. And finally, he had the theatre of his dreams in which to stage it.
Here we are, memorializing the first ever performance of the ring cycle in the year 1876. I wish I'd been there. Here it is. My hand is on the door. I know you'll think I'm very overexcited, but if this is the temple, this is the Sancta Sanctorum, the Holy of Holies. This is the theatre itself. And I've waited all my life, really, to enter. I'm going to do it now. Oh, they're at work here. I think they're doing a technical rehearsal for the master singers. Whatever you think of Wagner's music, no one can deny this is one of the most revolutionary theatres ever built. For I would suggest the most revolutionary music ever written. It's fabulous, isn't it? It's much more classical than I expected, the scening and everything, because it's quite outside, it's quite staid. It's a sort of like an Italian basilica in some ways, isn't it? And then inside, like an Italian basilica, it's quite gold. I mean, not absolutely mad by opera house standards, but those Corinthian composite columns and the gold leaf and everything. It's wonderful. I'm so excited. These are quite famous because they're not known for their comfort. The ring cycle is about 18 hours, well, it depends, 17 or 18 hours of solid seating. And most people bring a cushion, I believe. I must remember to do that when it's my turn.
Everything about this theatre exists to serve the onstage drama. Every seat has an uninterrupted view, and the acoustic is legendary. That's partly by design, partly by happy accident. The simple wooden floors are original. Wagner couldn't afford to put in anything more fancy. But they make a wonderfully resonant sounding board, so they've never been replaced. But there's another aspect of the design which makes this auditorium truly unique. And if you don't immediately spot it, well, that's exactly the point.
This is where the orchestra is. The audience can't see a single one of them. They're all hidden. It's a unique system, and the whole idea is that there's this balance, because the music is just one element of the whole drama. To Wagner, the drama was a compendium of all the arts together, and the music shouldn't drown the action. It's incredible. Nowhere else like it in the world.
I never imagined I'd stand center stage at Bayreuth. But it's about to get even better.
Look. The holy chair. It's hard not to talk in terms of relics and religiosity when you're in Bayreuth, but this chair has hosted the bottoms of, well, the greatest conductors in the history of music. Just imagine this. Oh, it's terrible. I just feel like such a child. I'm in a sweet shop. I'm trying to think of an equivalent. I suppose Lord's Cricket Ground on a Thursday of an Ashes test. Maybe the Cavern in Liverpool, if you're a Beatles fan. But this does it for me.
The 1876 festival was the artistic event of the century. Wagner's boundless appetite for innovation set a new standard in opera production which still inspires Bayreuth today. This is a technical rehearsal for the master singers, directed by his great-granddaughter, Katharina.
That is a unique piece of stage machinery. It's firmly bedded into the concrete because it's capable of shifting 23 tons in a very particular direction, as we saw. It was built and installed precisely for that one moment in this one opera. Isn't it amazing? Doesn't it show the willpower behind Bayreuth? It still exists as it did in Wagner's day.
Wagner, ever the perfectionist, wasn't entirely happy with the performances or the staging of the first productions. Hardly surprising when you remember he had to make do with the rudimentary technology of a 19th century theatre to bring to life his mythical world of vast underground caverns, mighty rivers, and castles in the sky.
very high up here. It's about 75 to 80 feet up. You can see the stage below me. It's making me a bit weird. There's something slightly surreal about walking around a place so full of such incredible high-tech hydraulic machinery, and it's all beautifully kept and so modern, and hearing over it some of the most profoundly beautiful operatic chorus ever. It's a marvelous mixture, and it sums up Wagner as much as anything can. The demands of the stage and the demands of art coming together.
This is a rehearsal for Siegfried, the third opera of The Ring. It's an opportunity for the soloists to go through their pieces backed by a full-scale Wagnerian orchestra of more than 120 musicians. Wonderful. I don't think I've ever been so close. It's like being inside a painting. You're actually inside the texture of the music in a way you could never imagine. I wish you could believe how happy I was. You wouldn't. You'd think I was insane. You'd probably do anyway. Here's the boss, one of them anyway, Eva Wagner, the composer's great-granddaughter. She's recently taken charge of the festival alongside her sister Katerina.
So this is your first month here, almost, isn't it? You're a new girl.
It's, well, I lived here before, but now I'm a new person here, yes.
Yeah.
In
So
a new position.
it must be a very strange feeling.
Back home.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think of Bayreuth as your home?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't answer that. You know, I was a long time away, but, I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
But,
you ever get a chance to relax and think yet?
Not really yet. I think that will be probably after the festival when I have my holiday.
This is June, when the whole thing starts building to an enormous climax.
Exactly.
I suppose a very pathetic, vulgar question is, but do you think he would be surprised that Bayreuth is still going strong and that people still, it's now, what, 7 years waiting list for a ticket?
Surprised?
Do you think, or would he expect that? No, he knew he was going to live forever.
Course.
Yeah, he did, didn't
sure. he? Otherwise, why should he have built it here?
True. It's true.
You know.
It's still astonishing, isn't it, that you to have.
That is a very special thing about here, about him, about the music.
Yeah.
And the person.
And so you know also that means it's a bit like being an aristocrat. You know that you are borrowing, as it were, your time from your children. You know what I mean? That they, or I don't mean literally your children, but the next generation and the generation after that will do new things.
You create something in your mind, which is perhaps not.
No, you don't feel that.
No, I don't feel.
You don't feel the
No.
idea of posterity, as we would say in England, the future. No, you
not
just,
at the moment. I mean, I have.
That's probably good. You get on with the present.
I live now and I do my things now, and I hope to do it, you know, like people want it and expect it.
Yeah.
With Katharina, you know, with my sister.
Yeah.
And I think hopefully we are a good team.
I'm sure.
I think so. Okay.
That's really
Is
nice
that
talking to you.
okay?
It's fantastic. No, I appreciate it. You're very...
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
very busy. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Hey, but could you stay still or not?
Yeah, we'll be here for the next 3 days. So.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Flesh on flesh, I touched a Wagner. That's pathetic of me, but it's rather wonderful.
Running Bayreuth has always been a family affair, but I'm not sure I envy the Wagner sisters. They're under intense scrutiny as they try to strike the balance between tradition and innovation. A challenge faced by the family ever since 1883, the year Wagner died. He's buried here, in the garden of his former home, Villa Wanfried.
You don't get much simpler than that, do you? Just polished granite in grey. There he lies.
I'm thoroughly enjoying my time in Bayreuth. All I want to do now is give myself over to the music and count down the days to opening night.